The door slammed shut behind him, echoing through the empty hallway like a gunshot in the dead of night. Cody, wait. Please, just listen. Alex's voice cracked, raw with desperation, but I couldn't turn back. Not after what I'd seen. My best friend, the guy I'd trusted with my life, tangled in sheets that weren't mine, his betrayal burning hotter than the New York summer streets outside. It all started innocently enough, or so I thought. We were just two guys navigating the chaos of post-college life in Brooklyn, scraping by on freelance gigs and late-night dreams. I was Cody Ramirez, a graphic designer with a knack for turning pixels into stories, living in a cramped one-bedroom walk-up that overlooked the bustling streets of Williamsburg. Alex Thompson was my rock, tall, broad-shouldered, with that easy Midwestern charm he'd brought from Ohio when he moved here for acting auditions. We'd met freshman year at NYU, bonded over bad dorm food and shared heartbreaks, and somehow, he'd become the family I never had after my parents disowned me for coming out. That fateful Friday night, the city was alive with the hum of weekend energy. Alex had texted me earlier, audition bombed, need a beer and a bro. I didn't think twice about inviting him over. We'd done this 100 times, pizza, video games, crashing on the couch. But tonight felt different. The air was thick with unspoken tension, maybe from the heat wave or the bottle of cheap whiskey we'd cracked open to drown his sorrows. Man, Hollywood's a joke, Alex grumbled, slumping onto my worn-out sofa, his flannel shirt unbuttoned just enough to reveal the tattoo on his chest, a compass rose, symbolizing his endless search for direction. I poured us shots, trying not to notice how his eyes lingered on me a beat too long. You're lucky, Cody. You've got your art. Me? I'm just chasing shadows. We talked for hours, the conversation weaving from failed dreams to deeper confessions. Alex opened up about his ex-girlfriend, how she'd left him feeling hollow. I shared my own scars, the sting of rejection from guys who saw me as a fling, not forever. As the night wore on, the whiskey blurred the lines, and laughter turned to quiet intimacy. You're the only one who gets me, he murmured, his hand brushing mine accidentally. Or was it? When it got late, I offered the couch as usual. Nah, it's lumpy as hell, he joked, eyes twinkling under the dim lamp. Your bed's big enough for 2 straight dudes, right? My heart skipped. Straight dudes. That's what we were, or so I'd convinced myself. I'd buried my crush on Alex years ago, chalking it up to proximity and hormones. But as we lay there in the dark, the city's sirens wailing outside, his breathing steady beside me, something shifted. I woke to the weight of his arm draped over my waist, his face inches from mine. Panic surged. Had I dreamed it? No, this was real. His eyes fluttered open, and instead of pulling away, he smiled. Morning, Codes. And then, without a word, he leaned in, his lips meeting mine in a kiss that tasted like regret and revelation. It was soft at first, tentative, like testing forbidden waters. But then it deepened, hands exploring, bodies pressing closer in the tangled sheets. What followed was a blur of passion I'd never imagined. Alex's touch was electric, erasing years of denial. I didn't plan this, he whispered against my skin, his voice husky. But God, Cody, I've wanted you for so long. Lies. Truth? In that moment, I didn't care. We lost ourselves in each other, the world outside fading to nothing. By morning light, reality crashed in. Alex sat up, raking a hand through his messy blonde hair, his face pale. We can't. I'm not. You know. The words hit like a punch. Not gay. Not ready. I nodded, swallowing the hurt, pretending it was just a drunken mistake. But as he dressed and left with an awkward hug, I knew it wasn't. That night had cracked open a door I couldn't shut. Days blurred into weeks. Alex avoided me at first, texts going unanswered. I threw myself into work, designing logos for startups while my mind replayed that kiss on loop. Then, one rainy afternoon, he showed up at my door, soaked and apologetic. I freaked out, man. But I can't stop thinking about you. We talked, really talked, about his internalized fears, growing up in a conservative town where being different meant being alone. About my own journey, the pride parades and heartbreaks that shaped me. Slowly, we built something fragile and beautiful. Stolen glances turned to dates, walks in Central Park, burgers at Shake Shack, nights tangled in my bed. Alex came out to me fully, admitting he'd suppressed his feelings for men, terrified of losing his identity. You're my anchor, Cody, he'd say, holding me close. For the first time, I felt seen, loved in a way that mended old wounds. But cracks appeared. Alex's acting career picked up, a callback for a pilot in LA, excitement mixed with dread. It's just a screen test, he assured me, but I saw the wanderlust in his eyes. Jealousy gnawed at me, irrational fears of him meeting someone else. We argued more, small things escalating. You're suffocating me, he yelled once, storming out after I questioned his late nights. Then came the betrayal. I found the messages on his phone, innocent at first, but laced with flirtation from a co-star named Jake. Can't wait to see you in LA, one read, with a winking emoji. My world tilted. Confrontation exploded in my tiny kitchen. It's nothing, Alex insisted, but his eyes betrayed him. We're just friends. Friends who exchanged shirtless selfies? The pain was visceral, like glass shattering inside. I kicked him out, tears streaming. Alone in the silence, I questioned everything. Was our love real, or just a convenient escape? The city lights mocked me from the window, a reminder of how vast and lonely America could be. Weeks dragged on in a haze of numbness. Brooklyn felt smaller without Alex, every corner haunted by memories. The coffee shop where we'd shared our first post-kiss latte. The rooftop where he'd confessed his fears under a starry sky. I buried myself in work, but designs came out jagged, reflecting my fractured heart. Friends noticed. My roommate from college, Sarah, dragged me to a gay bar in the village. You need to move on, Cody. He's not worth the tears. But moving on? Impossible. Alex's texts came sporadically. Miss you. Can we talk? I ignored them, pride warring with longing. Then, one crisp autumn evening, he showed up unannounced, flowers in hand. Wild daisies, my favorite. I screwed up, he admitted, voice trembling on my doorstep. Jake was a distraction, a way to sabotage us because I'm scared. Scared of how much I love you. Love. The word hung heavy, pulling me back in. We reconciled that night, forgiveness tasting sweet amid apologies and embraces. Alex promised transparency, deleting apps, and committing fully. Our relationship deepened, evolving into something profound. We explored the city together, Thanksgiving in Times Square, watching the ball drop prep, Christmas lights in Diker Heights, his hand warm in mine despite the chill. He introduced me to his world, auditions where I'd wait in green rooms, cheering his successes. In return, I shared my art, dedicating a series to him, abstract portraits capturing his essence. Intimacy grew, not just physical but emotional. Late-night talks about dreams, me opening a studio, him landing a role that mattered. We'll make it work, even if LA calls, he'd whisper. But fate tested us. Alex got the pilot role, a gritty drama about small-town secrets. Filming started in California, 3 months away. It's temporary, he said, packing his bags at JFK. We parted with tears and promises, video calls bridging the distance. At first, it worked, daily updates, virtual dates. But time zones and temptations strained the thread. Doubts crept in. His calls shortened, excuses mounting. Rehearsals ran late. I scrolled his socials obsessively, spotting photos with castmates, Jake included. Paranoia festered. One night, fueled by wine and insecurity, I confronted him. Are you cheating? The accusation sparked a fight across pixels. How can you not trust me after everything? He shouted, hanging up. Silence followed, days turning to a week. I spiraled, questioning my worth. Was I too needy? Too broken from past rejections? Sarah urged therapy. I started sessions, unpacking layers of abandonment from my family. Love isn't about possession, my therapist said. It's about choice. Then, the bombshell. A mutual friend messaged, saw Alex at a party in LA. He was with someone. Photos confirmed, him kissing Jake under club lights. Betrayal hit harder than before, a dagger to the soul. I called, voice steady despite the storm inside. It's over. He begged, explanations tumbling. It was a mistake. I was lonely. Please, Cody. But I couldn't. Not again. I blocked him, focusing on healing. Winter blanketed New York, mirroring my isolation. I volunteered at an LGBT center in Chelsea, mentoring queer youth. Their stories mirrored mine, confusion, courage. It grounded me, reminding me of resilience. Spring brought renewal. A gallery show featured my work, the Alex-inspired series drawing praise. These capture raw emotion, a critic noted. Success tasted bittersweet without him. Rumors trickled. Alex's show got picked up, but he was struggling personally. One evening, as cherry blossoms bloomed in Prospect Park, my phone buzzed. An unknown number. "Cody, it's me. Don't hang up." Alex's voice, broken. He was back in NYC for reshoots, wanting closure. Against better judgment, I agreed to meet at our old spot, a bench overlooking the East River. He looked gaunt, success hollowing him. "I messed up everything," he confessed, tears falling. "Jake was nothing compared to you. I pushed you away because I couldn't face myself." We talked for hours, unpacking the pain. No excuses, just honesty. He admitted his bisexuality, the internal war it had waged. "You deserved better." Forgiveness came slowly, not as lovers, but as humans. "I love you, Alex, but we need space to grow." He nodded, hugging me tightly. As he walked away, a weight lifted. Our story wasn't a fairy tale, but it taught me self-love. Months later, I dated again. A kind guy named Miguel, met at the center. Alex messaged occasionally, friendly check-ins. He'd come out publicly, using his platform for advocacy. Pride Month saw us at the parade, waving from different floats, smiles genuine. Life moved on, scars fading into strength. Brooklyn's streets felt alive again, full of possibility. The high of new beginnings carried me through summer. Miguel was everything stable, a teacher from Queens, with a laugh that lit up rooms and a patience that soothed my edges. Our dates were simple. Picnics in Central Park, movies at the Angelica. No drama, just quiet affection. "You're amazing, Cody," he'd say, tracing my hand. For the first time, I believed it. But echoes of Alex lingered. A song on the radio, a familiar cologne, triggers pulling me back. Therapy helped, reframing the betrayal as his journey, not my failure. "Pain shapes us," my counselor noted. I channeled it into art, a new series on identity and loss, exhibited at a Soho gallery. Opening night buzzed with energy, collectors mingling. Sarah beamed. "This is your moment." Then, Alex appeared, uninvited but not unwelcome. Dressed sharply, he hovered at the edges. "Your work. It's us, isn't it?" We stepped outside, the humid air thick. He congratulated me, eyes sincere. "I'm proud of you." "No, please, just respect." As he left, a pang hit. Closure incomplete? Miguel noticed my distraction. "Old flames?" he asked gently over dinner. I confessed everything, vulnerability raw. He listened, then squeezed my hand. "We all have histories. Let's build ours." His understanding deepened our bond, but doubt seeded. Was I ready? Conflict brewed when Alex's show premiered. Reviews raved, his performance lauded. He texted, "Watch party?" For old times. I declined, but curiosity won. Miguel and I streamed it. Seeing Alex on screen, vulnerable in his role, stirred old feelings. "He's good." Miguel commented neutrally, but tension simmered. The real storm hit at a mutual friend's wedding in the Hamptons. Ocean breezes couldn't cool the heat when Alex approached. "Dance?" he asked, extending a hand. One song led to two, laughter flowing like old wine. Miguel watched, expression unreadable. Later, accusations flew. "You're still in love with him." Hurt, I denied it, but truth nagged. We broke up amicably, Miguel deserving someone fully present. Alone again, I confronted Alex at his hotel. "What are we doing?" Emotions erupted, yells, tears, admissions. "I never stopped loving you," he said, pulling me close. We fell into bed, passion reigniting like wildfire. Reunion felt electric, but reality loomed. Alex's career demanded travel, my life rooted in NYC. We tried long distance again, but patterns repeated, missed calls, jealousy. A tabloid photo surfaced, Alex with a co-star, arms linked. Publicity, he claimed, but trust fractured. High noon came during a visit. Over breakfast burritos, I found emails, intimate ones from Jake, dated recently. "You promised," I screamed, throwing his phone. He crumbled. "I'm weak, Cody. Fame's changing me." The confession poured. Pressure, identity crisis, using others to cope. Heartbroken, I ended it for good. We deserve peace. He left sobbing, the door clicking shut like finality. Healing took time. I traveled, road trip across America, from the Grand Canyon to the Rockies, rediscovering self. In San Francisco's Castro, I found community, stories mirroring mine. Back home, I advocated more, speaking at events on queer mental health. Alex faded to memory, his success distant. Then, a letter arrived. Cody, you've always been my light. I'm getting help, therapy, sobriety. Thank you for loving me enough to let go. Enclosed, a donation to the center in my name. Empathy bloomed. Our love, flawed, taught growth. I replied, proud of you. Be well. Fall painted New York in golds and reds, a metaphor for change. My gallery thrived, commissions pouring in. I mentored a young artist, Tyler, whose coming out story echoed mine. You're proof it gets better, he said. His words healed lingering wounds. Romance re-entered unexpectedly. At a book launch in the East Village, I met Liam, a writer with kind eyes and a southern drawl, transplanted from Georgia. Our connection was slow burn, built on shared passions, literature, activism, quiet evenings. No fireworks like Alex, but steady warmth. I see you, Cody, he whispered on our first kiss, under string lights. As winter approached, Alex resurfaced via email, in town for awards. Coffee. Curiosity won. We met at a cozy diner in Midtown, snow flurrying outside. He looked healthier, grounded. Therapy's working wonders, he shared. I'm out fully now, dating a guy seriously. No jealousy, just joy for him. We reminisced, laughter genuine. You saved me, he admitted. By loving, then leaving. I nodded. We saved each other. Parting as friends, the chapter closed humanely. With Liam, life blossomed. We moved in together, a cozy brownstone in Harlem. Holidays with his family, warm, accepting, mended my orphan heart. My parents reached out tentatively, reconciliation tentative but hopeful. A pivotal moment, Pride Parade, Liam by my side. Spotting Alex in the crowd, we waved. No pain, just gratitude. Our paths diverged, but the journey enriched. Years later, reflecting on that sleepover, I saw it as catalyst. Betrayal birthed strength. Love, even broken, fostered empathy. In America's melting pot, we queer folk weave tales of resilience. Cody Ramirez, artist, lover, survivor. The city pulsed on, full of stories waiting.